Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Shanny Show. So this video has been a long time coming, mainly because I was trying to figure out a feasible way for me at least to do this video, and we're finally doing a tier ranking video. Now this first one, as you can tell from the title, is ranking the book of the month books that I've personally read. I do mention this in the description, but I did make this a public tier ranking template that you can use if you use book of the month and want to rank the books that you've read that you've bought through book of the month. So the link to this template is down below in the description. You can add books to it. I think you should be able to remove books as well, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But you should be able to add books, add pictures. So with all that said, let's take a look at the rankings I did, the tiers I did. So changed my life. I was gonna do this in quotation marks, but if people use this, then I just felt like leaving the quotations out of it. But for me, this is very loose in interpreting this because I don't feel like a lot of books have changed my life, but I feel like ideally I could see where maybe. Loved it. I really liked the book. Loved it. Rated it 4 to 5 stars, within that range. Liked it. Again, that I would say 3.5 to 4.5-ish range for star rating. Liked it, but can't remember. Again, that same star rating of 3.5 to 4.5-ish, but I can't describe what the book's about to you. I liked it. I remember liking it. I would reread it, but I cannot describe it. And whether that's because I just don't remember a lot about the book, or I do not understand the description and can't really explain it. But I enjoyed the book. I liked it, but I can't describe it. It was okay. That's just that mid, like basically like 2.5 to 3.5. This book was just okay. Didn't like it. I would say maybe 1.5 to 2.5 stars. I am trying to do the ranges of like the 0.5s at least, just because saying just a flat star rating like 1 or 2 or 3 isn't enough. But didn't like it would be that 1.5 to 2.5-ish star rating. I didn't like it, couldn't get into it. Maybe I could understand the premise of the book and the potential, but it just didn't vibe well with me. Hated it. Whether or not I could see the potential, could understand the premise, I just did not like it. I hated it. I don't think too many of the books are gonna go into this one, just because I haven't really hated a lot of books. I can't really name any books that I've outright hated off the top of my head. Why did I read this? I didn't necessarily hate it. Like, I may not hate the book, but I also really didn't like it, and I don't understand why I read it. DNF'd it. That one's a spot. DNF'd it. That one's self-explanatory. And then bought but haven't read yet. This one, again, self-explanatory. I got it in a book of the month box. I have it on my shelf, or it's arriving, because I do have a box coming within the next week or so. But I have it on my shelf, and I just haven't gotten around to reading it yet. So I'm gonna get that shelf taken care of I'm gonna get that tier taken care of real quick, and the DNF'd it shelf. So Immortal Longings, I DNF'd that between 30 and 40%. Let's see, Babel, I DNF'd around 50%. I think it was 50 to 56%. I'm not sure why I continued, but I decided to not finish it. If I did finish it, it would have been, why did I read this? I could see myself putting Babel under hated it though if I did finish it. What else? There's a couple of others that I did not finish. But let's also bought but haven't read yet. Bought but haven't read yet. So The Fox Wife, I just got that recently, and I tried to read some of the books that I got from Book of the Month previously. So all the books in the bought but haven't read yet tier are just the ones I've gotten more recently, but I need to read. So there's this one. Oh, there's this one too. Oh, I DNF'd Queen of Thieves as well. That one I DNF'd at the earliest at like 30% because I couldn't get into it and it just wasn't vibing with me. Are there any others that I DNF'd? I do not think so. Okay, so Wilder, so I'm gonna go from, let's see, why did, okay, so I'm gonna go tier up, like up, since that's kind of how I'm doing this. So I'm gonna get these tiers taken out of the way, and then I'm gonna go up to the top ones. She started it. Oh, the Wishing Game is also going into, haven't read that yet. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so she started it. It was okay for me. I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't not like it. I understood the premise, but it was just okay. It was kind of predictable for me. And by the end of it, I was just left unsatisfied. So the people we keep on vacation, I don't really remember this, but I remember it being just okay. So I'm putting this one after she started it because, again, I remember more about she started it. The Last Tale of the Flower Bride is gonna go in. Liked it but can't describe it. The Circus Train, let's see, I guess I'm going in book order. The Circus Train, the books that I'm putting under Changed My Life are the books that I have not stopped thinking about. The Circus Train being one of them. I read this, I think, at the end of 2021, beginning of 2022, I think. And I have not stopped thinking about it. It feels like I read it like last month, even now. So, Clytemnestra, let's move you up. I loved this one. I read this one most recently. Did you hear about Kitty Carr? Loved it. Kiss Her Once for me. The thing is I didn't hate this. I'm keeping it right here just so I can talk a little bit without having to worry about holding on to it. It's not that I didn't like it, and it's not that I hated it, but I'm kind of in between why did I read this and it was okay, because this is normally not my genre and it felt very Hallmarky, and I absolutely hate Hallmark movies. But the thing is, this book was okay enough for me, so I'm gonna stick it right there. Again, I remember it more than The People We Keep on Vacation, so it's just gonna stay there. Death on the Nile. Death on the Nile. I can't say that I loved Death on the Nile. I prefer the movie. I liked it. I prefer the movie with Peter Ustinov. But with the movie, I watched it, Peter Ustinov's version, before reading the book, and they didn't change a whole lot between that movie and the book, so the book did feel predictable. I feel like I would have loved it more if I read the book first, but, you know, it is what it is. So, The First Ladies, I'm gonna put that on liked it. I did like it more than Death on the Nile. So, okay, so I am putting Ink, Blood, Sister, Scribe, and why did I read this? It was okay. It was kind of between it was okay and didn't like it. But I'm putting it under why did I read this, because there were parts of it that just made no sense. Like, I understood what was going on and it made sense that way, but it made no sense as to why the characters were doing certain things. I'm not gonna say, because if you want to read it, I don't want to spoil certain things for you, but like, I didn't understand it. So, Siren Queen by Ng Vo. I'm putting it in liked it but can't describe it. River Sing Me Home. Let's get you up to Loved You. I'm putting River Sing Me Home after Did You Hear About Kitty Carr, because I remember more about Did You Hear About Kitty Carr than I do about River Sing Me Home. But I really, you know, I do remember loving River Sing Me Home more than Kitty Carr though. So it's going right there. Changed my mind real quick. So Kai K, You Are Going In, Loved It, right there. Take My Hand is going to go right here. You know what? Actually, I'm going to put you after Kai K. And I'm organizing the books in the specific ranks by how much I remember them or how much I like them over other books. So there is like a specific tier ranking within all of it. So The Kingdom of Sweets, it was okay. I remember more about it than I did. You know, I'm gonna put it in front of Kiss Horns for me, because I did like it more than that, and I preferred this as a holiday book, but it was just okay. I felt like there were, you know, I'm gonna put it in front of She Started It Too, because I liked it more than that, but I just wish there was more to it. So The River We Remember, The River We Remember, I'm gonna put it right there again. And I felt like The River We Remember got like the mystery plot and the thrillery aspect to the mystery of the story. I feel like under that premise it did it better than She Started It. So The Family Game, I don't remember a whole lot about it. I'm gonna put it, I meant to grab the family. Okay, so The Family Game, I'm gonna put it right here. I don't really have much of an explanation for that, because mainly just that I remember it more than The People We Remember. The People We Keep. Have I been saying The People We Remember? It's The People We Keep. By Allison Larkin. Sisters in Arms by Kaya Alderson. I'm gonna put it right there. And Liked It But Can't Describe It. London Seance Society. I'm gonna put it in Loved It, so right there. Starling House. You know, I kind of do have to put Starling House before The Kingdom of Sweets, because I enjoyed the premise more in Starling House, although the footnotes were annoying as hell in it. Okay, Independence. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna put you under Loved It, kind of near the end, because okay, Liked It. You know, I'm gonna put it right there. Liked It But Can't Describe It for The Adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi. The Vampires of El Norte. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right there. As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. Loved it. Changed My Life. Loved it. The Wilder Woman. It was okay. I'm gonna put it like right before, because I remember enjoying The Wilder Women more than The People We Keep, but I don't really remember a whole lot about them. Black Cake. Definitely putting it up there. Changed My Life. And Lone Woman, which is going up here. So that's my ranking. I thought I was gonna put more. I think this may be slightly different to the post that I shared on Instagram, or will be sharing on Instagram, but that Instagram post will be linked in the description below once it gets posted on Sunday. But I am happy with this, and a lot of the rankings in in the Instagram post that's coming up on Sunday, a lot of the rankings are similarly reasoned, so I'm okay with both of these rankings. I'm happy with both of them. So thank you all for watching. I was going to edit the part where I was tier ranking, but then I decided to not edit that part because that was the easiest way to do it. So I apologize for all the ums and the pauses and the thinking in that, but hopefully it's not too much of a bother. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you all in my next one.